What's up, everyone, and welcome back to 11Picks. Rocha, what's up, dude?
What's up, Josh? I'm feeling great, baby. The Niners won again. We're not moonwatching. We're over 500. We're rolling. I love it.
I wish I could say the same for the Bears, but we lost again. We're still moonwatching, and that was a tough one to lose to the Detroit Lions. To Lions fans watching this, GG's. That was an incredible performance in the fourth quarter to clutch it out and win the game. But hey, man, Justin Fields, my guy, looking incredible yet again. Getting it done on the ground, through the air, showing himself to be a true dual-threat quarterback. Cole Kmet was amazing. I love their connection that they're developing. Offense, awesome. Defense, not so much. Giving up way too much. And too many self-inflicted wounds, too many penalties. Some of them questionable, but way too many penalties committed by ourselves. And I felt like the fourth quarter play calling was too conservative. But we're going to keep learning, and we're going to learn how to close out some of these games. But Week 10, Roach, was absolutely bonkers. We saw one of the greatest games we have ever watched. Definitely the best game so far this year. Vikings winning over the Bills.
I mean, it had everything. It had chaotic catches. It had goal line fumbles. What did you want in that game, man? It was one of the best games I've ever watched in my life.
And arguably one of the greatest catches we've all ever seen. Justin Jefferson, Jay Jettis. I don't know. I still don't know how he caught that. To some people, that is the greatest catch they've ever seen. And you're not going to get an argument from me. That was incredible. So, Vikings, good win. That was amazing.
Yep.
And how about Seattle and Tampa Bay playing in front of one of the most electric football crowds I have ever seen and heard? Dude, I was watching that game. I'm sitting there, and I have some toast. I got some over easy eggs, some sausage going, and I'm tearing that shit up. And all I'm hearing is the crowd just chanting and singing. They were electric.
I mean, when you have Tom Brady, who's been in the league for now 50 years, say it is the most electric place he's ever been, that's saying something, Josh. That is saying something.
They reminded me of like a WrestleMania crowd, like a hot WrestleMania crowd. It was incredible. Don't throw 3 games to London every year. Give them to Germany. They deserve it. They were awesome. Eagles losing their first game of the season to the Washington Commanders on Monday Night Football.
There's no fly Eagles fly this week, Josh. Taylor Heineke was great. He should be the starter over Carson Wentz.
And you know what's funny about that is that a lot of Eagles fans on Twitter and social media were giving a lot of shit to the Dallas Cowboys, who lost to the Green Bay Packers. They're no longer moonwatching. They snapped their losing streak. They were talking shit to the Cowboys fans, and then they go ahead and lose themselves to the Washington Commanders. That's tough. So
it's fun. It's funny
NFC
how that
East
works
is getting
out.
crazy. So, Rocha, how'd you do last week in the Pick'em?
Not so well, dude. I only got 7 picks right this week.
Yeah, same. 7 picks last week as well. Dude, this is the worst year I've ever had, ever, for Pick'em. But it's been one of the wildest seasons. It's tough to predict each week this year, man. It is what it is. But let's shout out our top 10 performers from last week. Rocha, who finished in the top 10?
All right, let's start it off with number 1 this week. It's Steelers Nation 89 with 11. Kyler the Curator with 11. Entertainer's Truck with 11 as well. Okay.
ESPN Fan 83928151124 with 10 picks, right?
We got Mysterious Speculations with 10 as well. We got Captain Tag 2016.
Then we got ESPN Fan 45712311351 with 10 as well.
Dirty Birds 26 had 10.
Then we got ESPN 7597127 with 9 picks, right?
And Josh, rounding out the top 10, certainly least, it is
Cheesy B, a.k.a. Hayden.
with 9 picks right.
There's no way Hayden got the top 10. I demand a recount. Hayden got to the top 10?
Yep.
Well, congratulations, everybody, from last week. Now, here's our top 10 performers overall in the season. Number 1, Emilius. Number 2, Jonas. Number 3, Packer Electric. Number 4, Mysterious Speculation. What's the speculation? Number 5 is Jace's Packers are 3-5. Number 6, Xavier. Number 7, Steelers Fan for Life. Number 8, Boss 384. Number 9, Smiling Buddha 22.
Nice.
And coming in at number 10 is our Mod Squad member and good friend, Christopher Redmond. Let's go, Chris Redmond. Too sweet, dude. Good job.
Congrats, bro.
Congratulations to everybody who finished in the top 10 last week and overall on the season. But now, Rocha and everybody watching, it is now time for a whole new week. Week 11. Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready, brother. I'm always ready.
Are you ready? Well, then smack that like button on the replay of this, or if you're watching the premiere, thank you for watching. And let's get ready for the picks for week 11. And we start off, of course, on Thursday Night Football, Rocha, where the Green Bay Packers host the Tennessee Titans, both coming off of a win. Packers finally snapping that losing streak.
This is going to be an interesting one, Josh. Caleb Ferry is out with a back injury. He went to IR. Jeffrey Simmons is questionable as well. The Packers, they're rolling maybe some kind of momentum coming off that Cowboys game. And I'm going to rock with that. They're going to be wearing their ice out, all white jerseys. I think that's going to give them a nice flow at home at Lambeau. I'm going the Cheeseheads to get 2 in a row, Josh.
You go with the Cheeseheads. All right. That was an impressive win against Dallas Cowboys. Against that defense, getting it done in overtime. I'm not going to take that away from you. It was impressive. But here you guys here at home against the Tennessee Titans team that are coming off of a win. Derrick Henry's coming to town. And you guys are giving up 140 yards on the ground per game. I think Tennessee could ground and pound their way to a victory here on a short week, Thursday Night Football. Give me the Tennessee Titans to win on Thursday.
Packers are going to be back on the moon then.
Let's go. Moving on to Atlanta, where the play is play, and the Falcons are hosting the Bears. Rocha, this game is going to be very interesting. The Atlanta Falcons are coming off of a tough loss to the Carolina Panthers. They're on a 2-game losing streak. We are on a 3-game losing streak. But I got to say this, man. I got to give it up to Atlanta. They've been competing a lot in these games this year. Some of these wins were really tough, and some of those losses came at the very end.
Yeah.
So this is a team that can really compete, man. They can run the ball. They can play some pretty good defense. Chicago Bears, we're coming into this game with a prolific offense now, it looks like, as Justin Fields is tearing the league apart. Cole Kmet's been looking incredible. But one thing I'm worried about is our defense. Man, we can't stop a nosebleed to anyone. So this could be a really good game for the Falcons and Kyle Pitts and Drake London. They can get a lot going here, finally. The ground game. Cordell Patterson playing against his former team, right?
Yep.
So I'm worried about our defense. I'm worried about how many penalties that we commit against ourselves. I mean, we can't give up a whole lot to the Falcons because this is a team that will compete all the way to the end. But you know what? I think it's going to be another week where Justin Fields has another 4-touchdown game. I called it last week. Even though we lost, I'm saying it again. Another 4-touchdown week for Justin Fields. Okay. Another touchdown for Cole Kmet. Okay. We just got to make enough plays on defense. Chill with the penalties against ourselves. And let's not get too conservative with the play calling offensively in the fourth quarter. All right? I'm taking the Bears.
Man, I am excited for this game. I think it's going to be a high-powered shootout. Now, you guys did lose Khalil Herbert to IR with a hip injury.
Unfortunately.
So that sucks for you guys. But you know what? You guys still got Monty. And, of course, you got the legs of Justin Fields. Bear down. Give me the Chicago Bears and a high-scoring effort going into Atlanta and get the W, baby. The Bears.
Atlanta is favored in this game, -3. I'm good with that. I really am. But I think that we win. Okay. Let's get this dub. Falcons fans, I look forward to this matchup. Let's go. Bear down. Now, going on to Buffalo, where they're hosting the Cleveland Browns. Rocha Bills coming off that tough loss in overtime to the Minnesota Vikings. The Browns coming off of a beatdown taken by the Miami Dolphins. What you got?
So this one, I don't think it's be close. David Njoku's crushable. He missed last week. Let's see if he plays this week. I think Buffalo rebounds. I know they put up 30 points last week against Minnesota. I think they put up 30 points this week against the Bills. This one, I don't think it's going to be close, Josh. I'm going the Buffalo Bills to win.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills as well. I mean, you can run on the Browns. You could definitely throw against the Browns.
Yep.
It's tough missing Njoku because I thought he was a great weapon this year for Jacoby Brissett and eventually Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. I hope he does play, but if the Browns are going to have a chance in this one, you know what they got to do. They got to ground and pound and keep that offense off the field and play some good defense, kind of like what they did against Cincinnati. Remember? A couple of weeks ago, Browns were playing really good defense throughout that game. They need to come out with that kind of tenacity against the Buffalo Bills, especially on the road. But I will take Buffalo in this one. To the Naptown, the Colts here at home versus the 8-1 Eagles. Colts, congratulations, man, getting that first win for Jeff Saturday as interim coach against the Raiders last week. Can you do it again against the Eagles? Roach, what do you got?
Yeah, man, it's interesting how well they just played under him. Matty Ice had like a 30-yard run. Jonathan Taylor, Josh, he's back. He is him. He was great last week. Coming to this game, the Eagles are going to be down one of their top targets. Dallas Goedert expect to miss some time with a shoulder injury. And on the other side, no longer do they have Shaq Leonard. He is out for the year for the Colts. The Eagles, Josh, are going to come into this game pissed off. They know they had that game last week. So what's going to happen? Well, they're going to trounce the Colts. They're going to go in there. They're going to ground and pound. Jalen Hurts going to have a bounce-back game, and it's going to be fly, Eagles, fly. Once again, give me Philly.
Listen, the Colts defense has actually been pretty good throughout this year as far as points allowed, right? Mm-hmm. Just 20 points per game allowed. It's just that their offense really has been anemic at times. Last week, it was looking really good against the Raiders, right? With Jonathan Taylor emerging out of the doldrums, right?
Yep.
They're going to need that again this year. And maybe Jeff Saturday might be able to motivate them to make this a competitive game at the very least. Mm-hmm. But I will be going with the Eagles to get a bounce-back win against the Colts. This is going to be an interesting game. The New England Patriots hosting the New York Jets. Roach, those goddamn Jets are 6-3. They are undefeated on the road. They play amazing when they're on the road. They're a different beast. These two teams have played a couple of weeks ago, where the Patriots won that one 22-17. So, dude, Ramondre Stevenson, can he have another game like he did a couple of weeks ago against the Jets? 70 yards on the ground, 70 yards receiving. He torched the Jets. And they're coming off a bye week.
This one's going to be interesting. No, the Jets they can't absolutely beat New England, whether it's in Foxborough, whether it's in MetLife Stadium. But you know what? I know I said this a couple weeks ago. That changes here. The Jets are going to move to 7-3, stay and not competitive for the division. Give me Robert Saleh and the New York Jets to beat Mac Jones and the Patriots, Josh.
I'm going to take the Jets as well to split the series this season because I think they're good enough to do so. Again, they're a different animal when they're on the road. They just play better. And I don't know, Zach Wilson, just don't throw 3 interceptions, okay? Like you did in the last game against the New England Patriots. And that was still pretty close. It was 17-22. I'll take the Jets to split right here. But, hey, man, this was tough for me to call, though, because the Patriots are coming off of a bye week, 2 weeks to prepare.
Yep.
And I still think Ramondre Stevenson is going to absolutely beast out. This is going to be another close one, but I want to see a split between the two on the season. So I'll go Jets. They can get it done. Moving on to New Orleans in the French Quarter, where the Saints are hosting the Los Angeles Rams. What's the word on Cooper Kupp?
So Cooper Kupp is going to have surgery on a high ankle sprain. He is set to miss multiple weeks, and there's even a chance, Josh, he might be out for the rest of the year.
Dude, he's their offense.
He really is.
The Rams' offense this year is atrocious. They're only averaging 16 points per game.
Ooh.
And you take Cooper Kupp out of the equation, they might be the worst offense in the NFL. Like, they're that bad this year. They're not good. They don't put up points. Now they're on the road against the Saints team that's coming off of a loss to the Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you got in this?
So, I'm going to rock, even though the Saints might be without Marshall Lattimore and Davenport on defense, it doesn't matter. Josh hit it on the spot. This Rams offense is terrible. Without Cooper Kupp, is Allen Robinson going to step up? Is Van Jefferson going to step up? Tyler Higbee? No. New Orleans at home gets a bounce-back win, and I could think they could even blow them out if nothing could go going for Matthew Stafford.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Saints here. Alvin Kamara, I mean, he should have a good game against the Los Angeles Rams. If the Rams are going to win this, it's going to be from the defensive side.
Yes.
Causing turnovers, making big plays, shutting down the offense of the Saints, and just, maybe kicking some field goals. Maybe that might be enough. That's going to have to be their game plan, because I just don't trust Stafford with Allen Robinson and just Tyler Higbee.
Yep.
You can't count on them. They haven't been consistent at all this whole year. I will take the Saints at home. The MetLife Stadium, where the Giants are hosting the Detroit Lions. The Giants, 7-2, in the thick of it in the NFC East. This division is getting interesting as each week passes. They're coming off of a big win against the Houston Texans, hosting the Detroit Lions, who are coming off of a 2-game winning streak. One against the Packers, one against my Chicago Bears. What do you got?
I am rocking with the New York Football Giants to go 8-2, man, stay in second place of the NFC East. Saquon Barkley, Josh, he's been a monster. I think he's going to have a great game again. So the Giants are going to keep it rolling, baby.
I'm going to take the Giants as well. I think the Giants' rushing attack could have close to 200 yards, if not over 200 yards in this game.
Wow.
The Lions are giving up 160 yards on the ground per game. Barkley, like you said, is going to go off. Danny Dimes is going to have a nice game. The Detroit's defense is not good. But what is going to be an interesting battle is the Giants' defense against the Detroit Lions' offense. That's going to be a really good battle. And I think the Giants are good enough defensively to keep the Lions contained somewhat. And for the Lions' offense, speaking of them, DeAndre Swift, I don't know if you guys have been noticing, but his workload is diminishing more and more.
Yep.
During the Bears and Lions game, me and Sean were texting each other, and Sean asked me, he's like, dude, what's going on with DeAndre Swift? Like, why is he not getting the work that he used to get, even last season?
Yeah.
And I was telling him, it's because he's falling out of favor in this offense. They don't trust him. He doesn't run good. He doesn't find the holes that are set up for him. He's more seen as a home run threat, something to use in the passing game. He did have that touchdown last week, but that was pretty much all he had last week against a Bears defense that can't even stop a nosebleed.
Yeah.
They trust Jamal Williams to run the ball. When they need to run a play, they trust Williams. They're not trusting Swift. His days might be numbered here in Detroit. It's conceivable that he could be gone after the season. Now to Baltimore, where the Ravens are coming off of a 3-game winning streak, hosted the Carolina Panthers, who just came off that win versus the Atlanta Falcons. Roach, who do you have winning?
So, in this game, Josh, it's Baker Mayfield time. P.J. Walker is out with an ankle injury.
Oh, my God.
They also lost very good cornerback Dante Jackson. He's out for the year with a torn Achilles. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, both Gus Edwards and Mark Andrews, could return in this game. So with that, it's the Ravens, Josh. I don't think this is going to be a close game. Baker Mayfield's looked terrible this year. So give me the Ravens in a blowout.
I'm taking the Baltimore Ravens as well. Lamar Jackson is going to feast on this defense, especially now with the injuries. Panthers, they play just so awful on the road. They are one of the worst road teams this year. They haven't won a game. I'm taking Baltimore. The spread is -12. Yeah, I'll take Ravens with the 12 points.
Agreed 100% on that one.
The Texans hosting the Washington Commanders. Washington, they are looking pretty good right now. They are 4-1 in their last 5 games. Big win against the Philadelphia Eagles, making them lose their first game on the season. Heineke looking pretty damn good in that game.
Yep.
Now on the road against the Texans. What do you got?
So just also for the Commanders, Chase Young will be making his season debut this week, man. That is huge for them. I said it earlier, Josh. Taylor Heineke should be the quarterback for the rest of the season, even when Carson Wentz, whenever he comes back. Because this dude, he just has them winning. He has them rolling. And he's going to go into Houston, and he's going to keep them rolling. They're going to go over 500. They're going to move to 6-5 because the Washington Commanders are going to beat the Texans, Josh.
And with one of the worst rushing defenses in the NFL, I think Brian Robinson is going to have a monstrous game. If you have him in fantasy, plug him in against the Houston Texans. And McLaurin, I could see another big game from him as well. This could be a big one for the Washington Commanders. I'm going Washington as well in this one, Roach. To Denver, where the Broncos are taking on their division rival, the Vegas Raiders. And man, this one is tough because you cannot trust either team right now.
You really can't, man. I mean, 1 week Denver's looking all right, and the next week they're looking terrible. Then the Raiders 2-7. What Raider team are you going to get each week, Josh? I mean, which one are we going to see this week?
Both teams are 1-4 in their last 5 games. 1-4 apiece. Raiders, I felt like you guys were going to get that bounce back win against the Colts. Devontae Adams going to look good, and he was for a bit, but man, you guys blew it at the end. You guys losing to an interim head coach. Who do you have in this game?
So no Waller or Hunter Renfrow. They're on IR. The other side, thankfully for the Broncos, Josh, Jerry Jeudy avoided a major injury, so he's day-to-day going into this. I don't know who to pick. You know what? I'm going to go one more week. Give me the Raiders. I feel dirty. I got to go take a bath after this. I'm going Raiders, Josh, but no confidence in this pick whatsoever, man.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos since you're going with the Raiders. And here's why I'll go with the Broncos as well. The one thing that I trust, and I've said this before, and it burned me, but between the two teams, the thing that's the most trustworthy is the defense of the Broncos. It's still damn good. Even losing Chubb. They're only giving up 16 points per game. I saw this crazy stat, though, that if they were to just average 18 points per game on the season, they'd only have 1 loss.
Wow.
They'd only have 1 loss. But they can't even score 15 points per game. So it's ugly there. Raiders, they are one of the worst teams, kind of like my Chicago Bears, in trying to close out a game. Even when they're looking pretty good, go into the fourth quarter, they just make a ton of mistakes. And their offense just starts getting really out of whack, even if they were looking incredible for the previous 3 quarters. Even if that was the case. In the fourth, things get hairy. I'll go with the Broncos, but I don't feel good about it. This could be a tie, honestly.
I wouldn't even doubt that. Yeah, bro. Let's just make it a tie. Fuck it.
But, Roach, let's move on to an amazing game. What could be the game of the week? The 8-1 Vikings at home versus the 6-3 Dallas Cowboys, who are coming off of a loss, a tough one, to the Green Bay Packers. Vikings coming off that big win in overtime against the Buffalo Bills on the road. The best game I've watched all year. Who do you have in this one? This is an incredible matchup.
So, Josh, for this game, we'll see if Zeke plays remains crushable. But, Josh, here might be a big one. Christian Darrisaw, the Vikings' best offensive lineman, he's in concussion protocol, so he might not play in this game.
If he can't go, that's a big deal. Because the Cowboys, they can get to the quarterback. They can put that pressure on all sides of the offensive line. That could be a big loss.
And that's going to factor into my decision. I'm going to rock with the Dallas Cowboys. Coming off that loss, I feel like they're going to play angry. They want to prove that they're back. So they're going to bounce back Vikings are on that cloud nine high right now. I think Dallas's defense and Dak both need bounce back games, so they're going to take the Vikings off that cloud. I'm going to rock with America's team.
Cowboys defense, the last 2 games, giving up 31 to the Green Bay Packers when that offense was looking like trash. 5-game losing streak, giving up 29 points to the Chicago Bears. I feel like the Cowboys defense, among everything else, are going to be the most pissed off coming into this game. They're going to want to prove something and get back on track and hold a team to under 20 points. That's going to be tough to do against this Minnesota Vikings offense, but that's what they're going to come into this game. They're going to come into this one red hot. Offensively, Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, that's going to be a good battle against the Minnesota Vikings defense. Vikings defense, you guys got to play similar to how you did against the Miami Dolphins in that one, when you held them to 16 points. You're going to have to play ferociously because Dak and the offense are going to be pissed off. Tony Pollard could have a big game in this one. Dalvin Cook, I mean, he could get going as well. Cowboys giving up almost 150 yards on the ground per game. He could get going. And he had a great game against Buffalo's defense, too.
Yep.
This could be a tough one. This could be one of the trenches. I'm going Dallas Cowboys. Pissed off. A pissed off Dallas Cowboys team. Give me the Cowboys.
We both got America's team, man. All right.
But I think this is going to be a game of the week. It's just an incredible matchup. I can't wait to watch it. In an AFC North Division battle, we have the Steelers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Steelers off of a win against the New Orleans Saints. Bengals off of a bye week with 2 weeks to prepare. Rocha, what's the injury report for the Bengals?
So for the Bengals, Jamar Chase remains out. So it's going to be Higgins and Boyd leading the way this week again.
Okay. And who do you have?
I'm going to rock with those Cincinnati Bengals. I think T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, Joe Mixon, off that bye week, off the 5-touchdown week a couple weeks ago. I think he keeps it rolling no matter who's available. Sorry, Steelers fans, but I'm rocking with the Bengals, the Jungle.
I'm going to go with the Bengals, but this actually could be a tricky game. This could be a close one. With the Steelers defensively, I think are going to continue to look better from here on out. It's going to be a close one, but I'm going to go with Cincinnati Bengals pulling it out.
Okay.
Give me the Bengals on this one. To Sunday Night Football, where the Chargers are hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Chargers coming off of a loss last week to Rocha's 49ers, and the Chiefs coming off of a win versus the Jacksonville Jaguars.
There's a lot of wide receivers injured in this game, Josh. Juju is in concussion protocols. Harmon is questionable with an abdomen injury. And obviously the big ones in this. Mike Williams now, Josh. Mike Williams and Keenan Allen are both practicing this week, but they don't know if either one will play. So at this very moment, we don't know who's going to be available for Justin Herbert.
Okay. I hope they do play. That'll make it a more interesting game. But who do you have?
Yeah, I'm going to rock with Kansas City, man. Herbert, with those limited amount of weapons, which I expect neither one of those guys to play. Even if they do play, I just feel like Kansas City's rocking. They're now the number 1 seed in the AFC at 7-2, make it 8-2. The injuries are just too much at this point for Los Angeles, Josh. Too much.
Okay. I'm going to be taking the Kansas City Chiefs, of course. I'm taking the Chiefs and going on to a 4-game winning streak. The Chargers, yes, if they can get those 2 wide receivers or even just one of them back, that could be pretty big.
Yes.
But still, the offense just hasn't been looking all that great this year, even when they were playing. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Chiefs winning this game.
Chiefs.
To Monday Night Football, Rocha's 49ers on the road versus the Arizona Cardinals. Take it away, Roach.
Just let's go to Mexico. This one is going to be in Mexico City for this Monday Night Football edition. The 49ers coming off that defensive win. Now, the offense looked good at times. Mitchell and McCaffrey, just it might be the best running back tandem in the league. I don't know. I'm just going to say that. I think we're going to continue to rock with that. Sensu Ebukam and Arik Armstead are questionable coming in this game. Josh, for the Cardinals, Kyler Murray remains day-to-day, so we got to watch his status throughout the week. And what sucks about the Cardinals the most, they have lost tight end Zach Ertz for the year to a knee injury.
That's tough, man. You don't want to see that. So, you going 49ers?
Oh, you know I got to rock with my Niners. Jimmy G absolutely owns the Cardinals. Look out for him to get 3+ touchdowns in this game. Let's go, Niner faithful. Let's keep it rocking on Monday Night Football.
I'm going 49ers as well, and I'll take them with the -8 points.
I love it.
All right, that does it for our Pick'em, the picks for Week 11. We hope you guys enjoyed our breakdown of all the games. Whether you agree with us or you disagree with us, don't forget to set your picks, set your lines of fantasy football. Wish everybody the best health this week. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that thumbs up, and we'll see you guys down the road later this week. Goodbye. Let's go, Justin Fields. Let's go. 4 touchdowns against Atlanta. Let's go, baby. Oh, sorry.
Let's go, Niners.
Bye.